Hello everyone, it's Samantha here of Samantha Sutherland Art and Books. First of all, I apologise if the camera moves. I'm on my bed and the way I've got my camera set up, it keeps moving about a lot and I'm really sorry. Welcome to Shaketember. So this is my video for Shaketember, Framed September and Tudortember. I just figured it was better to put all three in one video, that way you're not being like spammed with videos like 4 a week. Plus it's a lot less editing as well, because if you're editing just one video for a reading challenge, hooray. And also you can pick and choose what you might want to listen or watch, and you can fast forward or whatever, and be kind of obvious what I'm talking about from what I'm showing you. So without much further ado, welcome to Shaketember. It's a month dedicated to celebrating William Shakespeare and his amazing writings, plays, and anything that is created using his words. It's hosted by, I know this, Kelly of Books I'm Not Reading, Nicole of A Day of Small Things, and Jason of Old Blues Chapter and Verse. I hope I've got especially Jason's right, because brain fog's kind of set in. I unfortunately am right smack bang in the middle of a horrendous IBS flare-up and a little bit of a fibro flare-up, so I'm tired, I've got brain fog, and I'm not feeling the most fab. But if we wait for me to feel better to make this video, it ain't ever gonna get made. So I figured I'm feeling okay. I've got my fake tea because sometimes a break from caffeine kind of helps a little bit. So how about you grab your favourite cuppa, let's sit and talk about Shakespeare. One of my favourite things to talk about, because I am a bit of a Shakespeare nerd. I have realised how much Shakespeare stuff I have in the house right now, which is way more than I ever used to have. I've got t-shirts, I've got the cup, I've got the books, I've got films. Yeah, I actually have two films, pretty sure. And many books. So it's the book that I want to talk to you first off that we will start with. So start with a finish, which is Macbeth, of course. I should have started with Twelfth Night, because Kelly is discussing that on Saturday this weekend coming, and I started with Macbeth. Yeah, trust me. So what did I think of Macbeth? I really enjoyed it. As a play, I thought it flowed really well. I enjoyed learning new words. Anything I didn't realise or didn't know, I would look up on the dictionary. Things like vizard, which meant masks and disguise. I got to read my favourite quotes that I'd heard loads of times that I'd never actually read the play before. So things like by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes, which I have memorised, which is amazing. But yeah, it's one of my favourite quotes. It's quoted by the sisters or the witches in the play, sorry. And I got to read that in its entirety, which was really lovely. What did I learn from it? I learned that Lady Macbeth is kind of mad as a box of frogs. And if you're going to kill somebody, you don't tell your spouse about it, who sleepwalks and talks in her sleep at the same time, because she told the truth. Sorry, I banged my tooth. So yes, it's about power, it's about murder, it's about plotting. There's a civil war that happens because of the death within the play. I really enjoyed it. It was written, it's a Jacobean play, so it was written when James I was on the throne. And as we know, James I, who married his wife, came over from Denmark to marry him. I remember hearing in a documentary that apparently she had such horrendous weather when she was coming from Denmark to, I think it was England, that he blamed it on witches, and he wrote Demonology, which was an answer to Discovery of Witches. And Demonology is the said book that Matthew Hopkins stole and ran away with, and we all know what horrendous things he accomplished, don't we? So it's very of the period, it's very for the king, showing the witches were kind of conniving and kind of plotting, because they were all kind of like, Macbeth, you will be king, and that's all they kept saying. And Lady Macbeth and Macbeth obviously paid attention to what they said. It doesn't end happily, obviously, because it's a tragedy, and it's not really it is not really a secret. It is like 300 years old or whatever, this play. So it's not exactly a secret what happens to Macbeth. I won't spoil the ending because that would be unfair, because I actually didn't know the ending. I just know something really bad happens to a few of the cast of characters of the play. Would I read it again? Yes. Does it beat Midsummer Night's Dream? Nope, it does not. I still love that play. It's still my number one. This is a close contender for number two. Although I have to read more plays. I've obviously only ever read Romeo and Juliet, which was for school. And this is definitely something I would definitely read again. I really enjoyed it. And as a dyslexic, I found out that there is a special dyslexic edition of this. I think the company's called Firestone. I will link them underneath this video. I will be buying a copy of Macbeth printed by them. Also, there's a few other books that I want to buy that I will also be buying a cheap copy, a cheap version, so I can see the difference between the two. If it really does help, being dyslexic, any help I can get, I'm all for that. So I'm going to see what other books they have that are dyslexic friendly, and in the future I will be doing a review of which was printed better, the normal version or the special dyslexic version. So the second thing I have to show you is a start. So 12th Night, I have started literally by reading the character list. I hope to get to this, if not today, it will definitely be tomorrow. I can't see it taking me a huge amount of time. Again, it's a nice short play. I think this is a comedy, pretty sure. I'm really looking forward to reading this too, and I know that Kelly, I think Kelly's reading this one as well. Yes, she is, because she's discussing this on Saturday. Macbeth, I think, is discussed at the kind of end of September-ish, kind of, I'm not sure what date. There is a, Nicole of A Day of Small Things does have the timetable of their discussions of the plays. So I will link that particular video below. In fact, I'll link all of the Shaketember videos for you below. Moving on to anniversary presents, it was a very, very Shaketember kind of themed wedding anniversary for me this year. My husband bought me some really awesome Shakespeare things. Now, I was watching Reading the Past with Dr. Cat, which I love to watch, and I saw literally the spine and I was like, ooh, Shakespeare and Bill Bryson. Apparently he's a good writer. So he originally ordered this from World of Books. Sadly, it was not in the best condition as was stated on the website. Because basically there is a CD at the back, or there should be. It came without it, and it was torn and ripped off. And this one he got me from eBay. I will put the link for this below if I can remember it. And it has Sir John Gielgud reading the sonnets, of which I am really excited to listen to. So this one is illustrated Shakespeare. It's the illustrated edition, and I can't wait to start reading it. And also the imagery in it is just stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got images, it's got illustrations and prints and things in it, and it's got, ooh, a map. Ooh, pretty. Oops, sorry. You have to excuse me as well, my hand is very, very sore. The arthritis has kicked in. Yay! Beautiful line illustrations as well. So I'm looking forward to reading this book as well. And also, I'm thinking this may possibly be for previous page, titanium bottom. I'm good. Midsummer Night's Dream. How gorgeous is this? It's a pretty good copy. It's almost brand new. I don't think the person read it a heck of a lot, because you heard the cracking of the spine, and I'm really sorry. I cracked the spine of the book. Also, he bought me Shakespeare Profanities, 100 insults with a burn rating of 1 to 5, which I played a snap version. Sorry about the camera. I played a snap version with Florence. Literally, it was burn rating of 5. You got 2 cards back off the person. Burn rating of 4, you got 1. Anything below that, nothing. And the person at the very end, with the only cards left, was the actual winner. So you've literally got 100 cards to choose from. And there are some fabulous insults, like the toad, ugly and venomous from As You Like It. I was reading this in the day I got it, and I was giggling. I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, as you like it. Methinkest thou art a general offence, and every man should beat thee. All's well that ends well, with a burn rating of 3. So these are fantastic. They really made me chuckle. Really, really enjoyed reading these. So, and also I got a jigsaw puzzle, 1000-piece. And it shows illustrations from putting Midsummer Night's Dream on, of them practicing or doing the pre-play thing. I forgot what it's called now. And then there's, if I can get this open without rocking the bed. It's not happening, is it? I'm really sorry that it's moving so much. Come on, open. Open before. Aha. Here we go. It's going to be like half an hour of me opening the box, isn't it, for a jigsaw puzzle? Silly thing. And then you've got your 1000 pieces, and it comes with a beautiful poster, a double-sided one, which I might put in a frame on the wall. So one side it's basically what's on the box, and on the other side it's a bit of blurb and key characters, which I thought was really cool. So I'm looking forward to reading that. So that was my wedding anniversary present from my husband. I got my husband a t-shirt of medieval cats, and I got him something else and I forgot what it was. Brain's gone. So yeah, it was accidentally themed this year. So if you can just hang on for 1 minute. As per, I'm running my daughter's bath whilst I'm making this video. Hopefully the next one will be downstairs in my reading area, but we'll see. Hopefully. I did make this video before, but something happened with the words didn't sync up with the sound. It was very weird. So yeah, that was Shaketember. That's what I've got, and that's what I'll be reading as well. Oh, sorry. I'll be reading 12th Night this week. And then, like I said, I think Kelly's discussing it on Saturday. So I thought I'd try and catch that video as it goes up. Now, Framed September. I do apologise. I have read nothing for Framed September as yet. Because I've been so unwell and I've been reading Macbeth, I haven't gotten around to reading any books that I was hoping to read, or the book that I had picked. I thought though that I might finish reading Emily Powell's book, which is Start Painting Now, because I've decided I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to, well, I'm going to read it because I've been not making any sense. What I'm trying to say is that due to being so unwell over the last week or so, and with my daughter just going back to school and things, and we've got distractions, as in we've got to get quotes for the kitchen, stud in the spare room, etc. I did realise I'd taken on quite a bit when I took on the 3 challenges. The first one being Shaketember and Tudortember, pretty easy, but framed September as well, easy-ish, but I've decided to drop the first prompt. I'm really sorry, Elizabeth, but I'm probably going to drop the first prompt of reading something to do with art this month. But I will be visiting somewhere. I'm wanting to go to Stockport Art Gallery because it's just very easy for me to access with my mobility issues. I will take you with me on that. That I will. I promise I will do a proper vlog style thing with that. Because I need to get what's the word, comfortable, and I need to feel secure in doing that in public. That's not exactly the words I'm looking for, but it's the only thing I can think of. I am looking forward to going to Stockport Art Gallery at some point, which hopefully might be this week, but it might be next week. We'll see. So I'm very sorry that I haven't read or started reading anything really. I kind of have though with this, because I thought I'd carry on with it. I've started reading it and I am absolutely loving this. It's got some fantastic paintings by Emily Powell in this. I love her artwork, her and her sister, who is Sarah Moore. And she also talks about other artists, and they also talk about their way of working and things. And so I thought I would continue reading this. I'm absolutely in love with this book, and I'm in love with Emily's artwork. It's so refreshing and so different in a world where at the moment there seems to be quite a lot of artists who pop up, especially that I'm following on Instagram, that I may never have heard of, and I'm thinking, oh, that looks like Sandy Hester's, or oh, that looks like Natasha Newton, and then you realise, oh, actually, hang on, it's someone completely different, because they're inspired by these artists. And I've also been looking to the older kind of classic artists as well, because they are seemingly ignored, and I love their styles. So yeah, I was watching Natasha Newton's new video, and I was in complete agreement, because she was saying how she's looking at older artists now. Saying that, there's an artist, Mary someone, and I forgot her last name completely escapes me, that Natasha shared her in her book collection, and I looked her up and I thought, oh, I've seen this artist work and I really like her artwork. And she gave paintings or illustrations for a book to do with Parish Church, which I have ordered, and I'm waiting for that to come. It's coming on Friday apparently, so that I will be kind of reading more, kind of like flicking through and having a look. So I can't wait to share that with you. But I really haven't actually done anything for the start of framed September just yet. And for Tudortember, I managed to find a copy of one of my all-time favourite, if not, oops, excuse me, slightly historically inaccurate film, Elizabeth. And me and Lil's Vintage World are in agreement. They did Robert Dudley dirty in this film. I haven't seen it for so long. I am looking forward to watching it again. I also have Midsummer Night's Dream and Shakespeare in Love as a double bill, I think. No, Shakespeare in Love is a singular. It's with Pride and Prejudice, I think. But no, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch Shakespeare in Love, because I've never seen it. And I'm going to watch Midsummer Night's Dream again, because I love it. That's obviously a Tudor play. So that ticks the box nicely for Tudortember. Also, it's a slight reach, but I've been watching Shakespeare in Hathaway. The episode that I watched over the weekend basically had Lou and, is it Frank? I think. I forgot his name already. Sorry, brain just not working. They investigated a crime of a theft and a missing teenager, and it was centered around the autumn equinox ball that this lady of the manor always put on. And at the very end, you saw an image of Bottom and Titania walking from the woodland. So it's a bit of a stretch, but that kind of works for Tudortember. Also, I was looking for Tudor Monastery Farm, which apparently is not that popular. Victorian Farm is way more popular. I can't find it anywhere unless I to pay for it on Prime, which I'm not going to do. It will be on TV again at some point, hopefully this month, hopefully. But basically, I accidentally found Lucy Worsley and her documentary series of Henry and his 6 wives, starting obviously with Catherine of Aragon. And he actually started off quite nice. He was head over heels in love. He was like a little puppy. How he turned into, as Lil's Vintage World would put it, a turd hole, I'm looking forward to seeing, because he did turn into a turd hole. She also has referred to him as turd on a stick. I even used turd hole in a sentence the other day. I love it. It's my new favourite word of the month. But yes, it's been very interesting learning all about his first marriage, especially how he married her for love, and sadly she had only 2 live births, one to adulthood, obviously is Mary. She had a son, I can't remember, was it Edward? He died a few days later, and then she had 4 miscarriages, I think it was, as well, which is, it's very sad in itself. He seemed to have completely started to become obsessed with wanting a son. I wonder if that's what did it. I don't know, because obviously to carry on the Tudor dynasty, he needed a son. And as we all know, the person who carried on the Tudor dynasty, and it ended with Elizabeth I. And it just, unfortunately, that her dad was a turd on a stick. But yes, it was very, very, very interesting. I really enjoyed it. Lucy Worsley's one of my favourite historians. I like Mary Beard as well, and Susanna Lipscomb. And there is another one, and Alice Roberts. They're my favourite kind of go-to for history and historians. And Dan Snow's pretty cool too, actually. I might have a look and see if there's anything on History Hit to do with the Tudors as well. So that'd be kind of interesting. So yes, that's what I've been up to for Tudortember, and that's what I'm going to be up to over the coming weeks. I have some films to watch, and I also am thinking of maybe getting The Queen's Favourite on Audible, which is what Lil's Vintage World is reading. It sounds really, really interesting, and I would really like to learn more about Robert Dudley as well. So yeah, it might be an interesting book to kind of get hold of on Audible, I think. So yeah, that brings me to the end of Shaketember, video proper number 1. So yeah, I've done a lot more for Shaketember and Tudortember, I have to admit. Again, I'm really sorry, Elizabeth, that I'm dropping one of the prompts, because with being really poorly, I kind of looked at what was the most important, and obviously I can get Twelfth Night read pretty quickly, and I can dip into the Bill Bryson book as well. And yes, and I'm excited to create an original piece of artwork for prompt number 3 for Framed September. So I found this sketchbook. I'd forgotten I had it, and I found this lovely sketchbook. It's only got a little bit of stuff in, because I did a workshop and there was some stuff that I did, and then I found out the rest of it was actually empty, and it does actually sit pretty flat. So I'm going to do some rough sketches, and I look forward to showing my rough sketches to do with my final piece of artwork. That it will become my final piece with you at a later date. I might even do it on a nice big canvas, and hopefully we might have some of the spare room sorted out, and I can possibly use that with my easel, because I've got a nice easel as well. Anyway, I'm starting to, what's the word, mumble, and ramble is the word I'm actually looking for, isn't it? I'm starting to ramble. So are you joining in on Shaketember or Tudortember or Framed September, or are you doing Shorty September? Because I've heard that's a thing as well. Technically I kind of have, because I've finished Macbeth. I'm reading A Month in the Country, and I'll be reading The Twelfth Night as well. Apparently it's any book that's 200 pages or under there is a tag somewhere along the way, and if you put Shorty September, I know Gemma Books is doing Shorty September, so look on Gemma Books to see what you need to do for that. I may have inadvertently accidentally joined that challenge by literally reading quite short books. So anyway, I'm going to go. If you want to find me, you can find me on here, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Goodreads. And on that note, Goodreads to you, stay warm and stay cozy this beginning of autumn. As the nights draw in, stay cozy and enjoy what you're reading. So happy reading to you. I will see you all in my next video, which will be my normal video. This, I may do one next week for Shaketember, or I may leave it for another week, so it might be 2 weeks between. That way it gives me a chance to get a few more things sorted out and read. So anyway, I will see you all later. Have a great evening, have a wonderful week, and yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, bye bye everyone. Bye. It's not, sorry, I'm going, honest, see.